Why not?
Right. Okay. If this gets, messages will also be recorded. So turn your mics off because the number's going up now. And what we'll do is I'll put little, so we'll use the chat function. Thomas, have you found the chat function? Reply with a yes in chat. Top right. Yes. Oh my goodness. Hello. Who have we got here? So we've got Freya, Molly, Nicole, Rebecca, Thomas. Yes, what is this sheet? Nicole asks. If you go into our classroom and look on the work that I posted yesterday, it's on the last slide and it's the wider reading. So either that or I get this slideshow up on my phone. Could do that, I suppose. Oops. If I could do it like this. And we could talk through it that way. What do people... Oh, this is a nightmare, isn't it? Chat. What is this sheet? Very proud of myself. I am very, very proud of you, Thomas. Ridiculously so. Especially as you were the first one. Oh, I don't want to add a slide. Present on this device. Yes. Okay. Let's just... I'm going to start with this. Hang on. I need to see, though, what you can see. Right. Ta-da! I need to keep talking. It's going to be weird, don't I? Okay. So let me... Oh, that's cool. So this is something that Dean put together yesterday. I'll go back to the chat. Cereal and sheet at the ready. Let's go. What's cereal? And these are the questions we want to know. So he's started this debate off by asking us to think of some ideas to do with critical responses, which I think is a really good way to start. The portrait of a night, it all seems a bit weird though, doesn't it, doing this? Oh, crunchy nut granola. I had peanut butter and toast, don't judge me. For critic Tom Moylan, critical dystopia doesn't just set out a negative vision, it uses, this is the important bit I think, the portrait of a nightmare future in order to launch a political critique of the present. Ooh. I will turn that off because that's going to get annoying very quickly. Can you all, porridge, dates, nice. I'm a prune fan myself. Can you all see this all right? Give me a thumbs up if it's working okay. Moylan suggests this form offers explorations of the oppositional spaces and possibilities from which the next round of political activism can derive imaginative sustenance and inspiration. That is, out of the rubble, the chance of an alternative future. Right. Thomas, are you asking what does the actual critic mean? I think this is really interesting, and I must admit, as a unionist as well, it seems to be suggesting that dystopian fiction does more than just paint a nightmare future for us. You're on about the oppositional spaces and possibilities from which the next round of political activism can derive imaginative sustenance and inspiration. So not only do these dystopian texts give us the opportunity to think about how badly wrong things might go, but what we can do about it. And that's the political activism. And deriving imaginative sustenance is a way of going, right, things feel bleak. Things feel, no, they do right now, don't they? Hard. And things feel, we feel pessimistic. But within every text, although we might fear that, they should give us the oppositional spaces for some hope. And I think that's what's really important. So I agree with that. Would anyone else like to comment? Anyone fancy a little type? Maybe. The endings can be very depressing, yeah. Oh, I've just noticed you can see my... Oh no, yeah, that's it. I burnt myself on the oven yesterday. So would you say then, Thomas, that of the texts that we have studied, the oppositional spaces exist within the narrative of the text, but not in the ending? Which endings might we be talking about, though? Not The Handmaid's Tale. Hello, Megan. And yes, within the narrative, there is hope. Yeah, so maybe that's a way of us like qualifying what what's he called? Moylan is... I'll move my hands out of the way. What Moylan is saying, because Moira is Moria, like the mines of Moria. Makira. Sorry. This is not... I shouldn't be let out, should I? So let's also think, because this is... Some of you will be saying, could be wrong, but in 94 they still met at the end and they weren't hateful towards each other. No, but they weren't anything, were they? So the hope is not the hope that exists within... Hi, Abby. Within the characters. I think Moylan is saying that this political activism is there for the readers. Could be wrong. Yeah, you're right. He's not there emotionally or physically. The thing they also drove them to hurt, they endured. Come on, AO1, sort that out. Don't know what that means. When this is done, it will create the messages and the video as like two separate documents, Dean said. So I know he's mean, isn't he? I'll get him for you later, Molly. Okay, so what I wanted to say was this is a good opportunity to think about how AO5 can link with AO3, in that what political activism, what did that look like in the 1940s? What did that look like in the 1980s? And so we've got two very distinct branches there. We've got the socialism that's trying to increase against a backdrop of war and fascism in the 40s. And then in the 80s, we've got the whole second wave feminist movement, which I believe is the last bit of homework I set for, hi Lily, for block 2. And then we didn't know we would never see each other again. No. So are you all happy with that? That's how we could take that AO5 and move it on to some AO3 discussion. I am thinking as well, depending on Eddie, of doing something on second wave feminism. And I've just been reminded, when I get the link, John Deary has set up his own YouTube channel as well. So he's going to be posting revision stuff because he's a bit bored. Right, should we have a look at this one then? Can you all see it all right? The dystopia, therefore. There's a Netflix doc on second wave feminism. Oh, right. Well, oh, I might have started watching that. Should we all just watch that instead? Why do I think that I can do these things? A dystopia, therefore, is a terrible place. You may find it more helpful and also more accurate to conceive a dystopian literary tradition. Oh, bye, Abby. A literary tradition that's created worlds containing reactions against certain ominous social trends, and therefore imagines a disastrous future if these trends are not reversed. I think that this is asking us to consider how differently, hi Robin, this genre works to many other genres. Might we want to argue that this is the most political genre, and then because it allows you to combine other political stances with it. So when you get a book like The Power that combines, feminism with dystopia, oh, come on, This is what happens when I have to do the early start, and he was very confused. Oh, what have I done? I've come off the chat. Right, okay, sorry. And finally, Mike Ashley. Isn't he the owner of Sports Direct? I've got that really wrong, haven't I? The dystopian novel, on the other hand, provides a graphic warning of the consequences of going in a certain social, political, or technological direction, and can do so with startling imagery that resonates with the reader. Okay, let's open up the debate. It's not. It is Sports Direct, isn't it, Mike Ashley? He's done well today, hasn't he? Keeping his stores open till he got told off by his Conservative friends. You won't know, Thomas. It's about sport. Sorry, it was a bit harsh. What do people think about that one then? Yeah, not sure. Come on, let's have a bit more than not sure. All right, Freya, start typing. Who else is on here? Robin. Love the way my daughter's joined me. I bet she's still fast asleep. I don't know where the cat is either, otherwise I'd sit him on my knee. You could see the ginger one. Come on, pick it apart a bit. Does it readily provide a graphic warning? And does the startling imagery resonate with the reader? Right, especially in these times. So that's, yeah, I get what you mean, Lily. It's all those things that suddenly just appeared to be futuristic, far-fetched TV and films. As in 1984, he kicks that hand on the floor away after the bomb. Yeah, so I guess. Hello, Erin. Get on, Lily. Great minds think alike. Yeah, and familiar aspects, the subversion of familiar aspects. Go on, Freya, what do you mean? Oh, Erin's left. I don't know if people are typing now. This is weird, isn't it? It's especially weird as I can't see or hear you. I think people are typing. Oops. What have I done? Quite literally, what have I done? Right. This is so weird. In Handmaid's Tale, most of the night for it's all things relevant to our lives reimagined. Our disconcert for others due to being internally capitalised. Oh, are you talking about our lack of concern for others because of capitalism? Right. Yeah, I mean that's certainly something that's at the forefront in the news at the moment, isn't it? And like I get it because people still need to feed their families and pay their rent, but it's what did someone on the news say this morning? Every decision that's being taken is a fine decision. Like it's everything's being scrutinised. Would not like to be a politician at the moment or work in the NHS. It's where do you draw that line? And I hope you're all staying in or just sitting in your gardens. Okay, should we have a look at this one? From Gooderham. It was a few years later, after my tastes had changed, that I finally experienced a feeling of genuine horror while reading a novel. It has more than its share of suspense, but for me, the most genuinely frightening aspect of the novel is the dizzying depiction of power as an end in itself, the global war to maintain the status quo. The insignificance of the individual. It's literally just described a Lego movie, isn't it? With even inner party member O'Brien confessing that he is nothing but a slave to the ideals of the party. the deathless logic behind the collective solipsism and continual rewriting of the past to create a present in which the party can state that 2 and 2 equals 5, and the arresting image of the future is a boot stamping on a human face forever. What is solipsism? Any philosophers out there? It's quite a big thing. The way I understand it, and I'm not a philosopher, is that the world that you see around you is the world that's been created by your own brain, and therefore you can't fully believe or rely on the fact that other people are seeing the same world because their own brains are creating them. The view or theory that the self is all that can be known to exist. Thank you, Molly. You put it much nicer, much more succinctly than me. That is actually so fascinating. Well, so the way it's used in 1984 is this collective solipsism. Is this idea that Big Brother is the only self that exists, and therefore just determines everything. So, and that's what Winston's terrified of succumbing to. You know, that all the stuff about him. You know, as long as he knows that 2 and 2 equals 4, he'll be all right. But that changes. Can you link this back to Orwell satirising communism? Yes, I think you can. Because communism, I think, in Orwell's view, just goes too far, because it's not just about socialism and helping everybody. It's also about thinking and believing the same thing, isn't it? I've just moved away from the mic a bit there, sorry. What's the most frightening thing for you about 1984 then? The fact they all believe it, yeah, and that they don't care. That funny fizzing noise is me drinking some water. You've got to stay hydrated, which I forget to do when I'm not at work. The lack of rebellion or hope. Yeah, it's very pessimistic, isn't it? Yeah, the Russian, yeah. And the next day he says something different and they all just believe it. I mean, imagine if our politicians did that these days. That would never work. Who else have I got on here? Oh, Jess is here. And Grace. Hello. Right, chip in, guys. Being very quiet. So this was the task for yesterday, thinking about evidence about how power is being used. So I guess Lily started us off with one there about just changing the information. The death, I need help with this middle one. It comes from here, doesn't it? The deathless logic behind the collective solipsism. The deathless logic. God, my phone screen needs a clean. Does anyone want to offer some ideas about that? I'm kind of all right with the first and the third point. Tumbleweed moment. We might all just be having a think. Should we chat? Should we put some ideas in? Right, Robin's with me. Anyone? Deathless logic. Come on, Julie, you're the teacher. Is it referring to the party doctrines like duck speak or crime stop? Is that word deathless? Like, how is it deathless when they remove death, it makes rebellion even more pointless. Because they can't have a legacy. Go on, Lily, what do you mean? Hi, Megan. Found a quote yesterday saying in front of him, there lay not death, but annihilation. Oops, sorry, I'm miles away in my messages now. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think I might be getting my head around this a bit more. It's the idea that when you're vaporized, you haven't died because you've never existed. It's that, isn't it? So him writing the diary is pointless. It's not even rebellion because he knows he won't be dead as such. He just won't have existed. Yeah, we got there together, Lily. Thank you. The party control life and death, but that's it. They also control existence. What are our basic human needs? To eat, to socialize, but also we're animals, so it's to procreate and it's to pass your legacy on, isn't it? And obviously Winston doesn't have children, so his legacy, he wants to be his diary. So it's an incredibly brave and rebellious act, but deathless, because it's just never going to have existed. Lily's got an and also. When he's rewriting the past, so he totally invents. See, Amherst. Right near the beginning, isn't it? Maybe I need to make the coffee. Oh. It's just fun, isn't it, watching me flip pages? Memory. No. Old Man Pub. Are you ready, coughing? We got it. Oh no, that's a different thing, isn't it? Oh, that's Jones, Aronson and Rutherford. But even that's important, isn't it? Face crime. I know some people have committed face crime. Time will be vaporized. So yeah, even the fact that people can recognize, is that the right page? Simon had fallen silent for a moment. Because I can't see it properly. Mine's mirrored. When he's rewriting the past, he makes so it's as if to have a death is a bit like a privilege. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, he abstained from sex and all that jazz. Can you see that page properly or not? Yes, unquestionably. It's like being Alice in Wonderland. Syme will be vaporized. He thought it with a kind of sadness, although knowing that Syme despised him and slightly disliked him, and was fully capable of denouncing him. There was something that he lacked, a sort of saving stupidity. Oh, God. It's brutal, this. Maybe tomorrow we'll do some Hamlet. Has anyone got the page where he invents the man? I can't find it. Right, okay. Well, we've talked about, does that make a bit more sense then with the deathless logic of the party? That they don't just control, in controlling death, they control existence as well. Hello? You all right? Someone's outside. Are you okay?
Yeah, you on?
Yeah, I've gone live. Look, they're all chatting to me in here.
That's right. Hello, everyone. I've got the monitor.
You go downstairs?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, can't tell.
Okay. They said they worried about you.
Feel a bit tight.
Oh. All right, I'll be down in a bit.
This is weird.
I know.
Shh.
Okay. Right, what should we do now then? Oh, Claire's just popped up. That's cute. Mate, do you know what? Maybe we should leave it there. Shall we leave it there as our first run? I'm still needing coursework in. I'm still obviously marking stuff. Is there anything else anybody wants to add? I mean, it worked, didn't it? It worked. And we'll see what we can. I'll get better at doing these, and you'll all get more confident at typing, won't you? So tomorrow is Wednesday. Yeah, we'll maybe for tomorrow I'll pick out some key passages and tell you what, for tomorrow I'll have read and highlighted this and we'll talk about some of the ideas. Does that sound like a plan? Can anyone hear me? Are you still all there? Nobody's typing anymore. Oh my gosh. Have you all suddenly run away? John Deary. Oh. Let's see. And if I let John have the mic on, he'd probably be able to do a better job than me, wouldn't he? Oh my gosh, you were typing, but I didn't have my chat thing scrolled down. Oh, do you know what? We're living and learning here, aren't we, guys? We're doing our best. This is really weird because obviously, you know, a set of students, I lose a set of students every year, don't I? But the way this has happened, I just really miss you all. I feel so bad for you. I feel so bad. We were there, weren't we, for the last big push. Me and Dean spoke yesterday, and we were saying the same, Thomas. Like, it's weird, you know. It's everyone. Hiya, Alice. Yeah, hate stuff not being normal. I'm not going to lie. I had a bit of a wobble last night, waiting for Johnson's announcement. So if you've been having a wobble, that's all right. That's totally understandable. I didn't quite cry or anything. It's very weird because the girls are at the dad's, and with Eddie being ill, it's going to be at least a week on Friday till I can see them. So that's hard. And their little brother is missing them. He doesn't quite know why he can't go outside. So, oh, Lily, yeah, it's scary, isn't it? I thought the Queen was going to hop in. Because I guess this might. I was hope. I don't know. I guess I've always just thought that one of my jobs is to look after you all as well. I know we joke about me calling you my babies and stuff. I know you've all got great families and friends and mums, but oh, I just worry. I worry for you all. Your future's become so uncertain. But you know, I probably shouldn't be saying this because then I'll be fear mongering. But you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. It is uncertain. But do I think you'll be at uni in September? Yeah, yeah, I do. But only if people are bloody sensible now. I mean, it's literally in the hands of us to not go out. So yeah, we can get on top of this. Germany has. Germany's flattened the curve. Ecuador hardly got any cases. They've just gone, shut the borders, seen what's happened in the rest of the world. We've been slow and we're going to pay the cost. But no, I am hopeful. And it is. This is, one of these big moments in life. You will get to the point where you look back on it and think, all right, yeah, we got through that. So, right. Okay, I'm going to go now, guys. Do you think we'll need to go back to college in terms of you're going to have the option, they're saying, to resit your exam if you're not happy with the grade that you're given. So you're welcome, Grace. It's nice to have a bit of contact with you. And I hope you come in because I'd just like to see you. Right, I'm going to stop recording now. And